The kingpin, the top terrorist behind 9/11, who sits in our prisons today, was given safe harbor by the Qatari regime that's there right now, and then tipped off protection and safe flight out of Qatar. Why are so many politicians of both parties so friendly towards Qatar? Ready? Tomorrow is another day when we mourn 9/11. It will have been, 24 years? 24 years. Now, some people are too young to have an actual memory of it. They can see it like watching black and white films of World War II. But many of us lived through that. And we remember that day. And we remember how horrific it was, with people jumping out of buildings and buildings collapsing and thousands of people dead, cops, firefighters, people just going to work. Every human being has a story. Every family has a story. Hijacking our planes, changing the way we live forever. Flying a plane into the Pentagon. Heroes on a plane that forced it down in central Pennsylvania. Have we forgotten all of this? Well, what does that have to do with Qatar, you figure? These were Saudis. That's a whole nother story. Our new best friend, the Saudi Arabians, who've never really fessed up to their role in all of this. What's Qatar's role? Let me tell you a little story. A few years before 9/11, KSM, as he's called, was on the radar of our FBI as a terrorist. He'd been involved in other terrorist activities internationally. And he would travel from different areas and into different areas, different countries, different territories, in order to spread this Islamic terrorism. He was well known. Well, they caught up with him. He was given safe haven. He was being protected by a country called Qatar. Qatar. The royal family put him up in an apartment to protect him. The royal family gave him a phony job to get him money. And so when our government, the United States government, figured out this is where he was and had a bead on him, the FBI contacted the Qatari regime and said, look, we're coming in and we're going to take him. And we're going to put him on trial for some of the offenses he's been involved in before. And they gave the date in which they were coming. They kick down the door, they show up, and he's not there anymore. What happened? The Qatari government tipped him off and helped him leave the country. And a relatively short time afterwards, this mastermind of 9/11 executed 9/11. The kingpin, the top terrorist behind 9/11, who sits in our prisons today, was given safe harbor by the Qatari regime that's there right now, and then tipped off protection and safe flight out of Qatar to here or wherever. Qatar. We have a huge military base in Qatar. Biden signed a 10-year lease. Our president has talked about having a defense arrangement with Qatar. A defense arrangement with Qatar? And in return, what are they going to do? Are they going to stop pouring poison money into our schools? No. No? No. Are they going to stop spending money on terrorism? That's not part of the deal. No. No. And here's the kicker. The main funder of Hamas. The Hamas leaders, many of them, in Doha, Qatar, where they're given safe harbor and protection, and they're billionaires. How did they become billionaires? Did they create something? Did they invest in something? No. They've been stealing all the UN money, the American money, the Western European money, and a little money, from Qatar. Billionaires. And from there, from Doha, Qatar, the other day, they ordered a strike on a full commuter bus in Jerusalem where two Palestinian terrorists got on the bus with automatic weapons, real automatic weapons, and shot it up, murdered 6 people and injured 21. An off-duty IDF soldier and another individual with a gun killed them. And Hamas put out a written statement taking credit for it. They did it. In the middle of negotiations for the release of hostages that they have held for 700, and I guess at this point, 702 or 3 days, many of whom have been brutalized, raped, tortured, starved to death, and many of whom are dying where they are right now. Hamas. So Israel says, the Prime Minister, that's enough. Pinpoint strike, 10 jets, God knows what else, 10 missiles I hear on the news. But before they do that, they give a heads up to our government, which immediately contacts the Qataris and gives them a heads up that Israel is going to strike them. Now, Israel's not striking Qatar, that's not the intent. It's doing a pinpoint hit because the leadership that's in Qatar was all meeting in the same place at the same time, and nobody's better at this than Israel. And Israel's been doing this for half a century.
For more, sign up for Levin TV.